reinstall with the original Windows that you had with the original Windows key.
Mhm.
Get your PC up running with just the SSD. Make sure it's running properly. Just PC itself. Okay. Shut it down. Reconnect or reinstall that other drive. Bring it back up. Go online, reconnect all your accounts back to it. You'll have to, go through your passwords, accounts, passwords, whatever. Maybe not. Maybe already be there. But you'll find that you'll cut a lot of time off. Number one. Number two
Mhm.
is you're going to start fresh. You'll be starting with the original operating system that you started out with. And I mean, wipe everything. No updates. I mean, just wipe it all off of just the
Yeah, but
SSD.
it's gonna start hitting me for security updates. I just know it is.
No, 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 no. Just look. Security updates come through Defender. All you got to do is open up Defender and check for updates. That update thing, when you go into settings, let me click this right quick. Go to
Because
settings,
I
all
also
settings.
use 360 security,
Go.
and I do it through 360 security actually, the security
Okay,
updates.
well, I mean, if you've got that, you can actually disconnect or shut off Windows Defender.
I do. I don't want
Okay,
Defender on.
but see, okay, 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 understood. When you go in, you bottom right notification box, click, and you click, and you
Mm.
open it up, and you hit all settings, it opens up, and you go to update security, whatever. Don't click check for update. Don't
Right,
do it.
right. Because it's gonna
Don't
stick that
never
update
check
in there.
for update. But when you reinstall that, go through and shut off updates for your operating system.
Right. Okay. Well, now you mentioned Windows 10 Pro. What is that?
It's Windows 10 with some like how can I put it? It's almost kind of like a business sense edition of Windows 10,
Hmm.
but it gives you some more flexibility. It's not quite a creator's edition, but it's a little better optimized than just regular Windows 10.
Yeah, but
But if
that's gonna
but if
be
what you got is regular Windows 10 or Windows 10 Home, it's fine,
huh.
dude. You don't need to update.
A key
You
is
don't need
$35 for Windows 10 Pro.
well,
Um, I mean, that you need to download and then you have the key. That's the other thing nowadays. I don't know if you recognize that, but
you look,
they've
look, 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 look.
they've made it so you download it for free, but you have to have a key.
No, you don't download nothing. You've got an operating system
Hmm.
with you. You use that. Don't download nothing offline. Period.
Well, see, but
When you
here's the thing.
install
You're talking
when
about
you in
updating.
no, I'm not. I'm talking about disabling updates, but at the
Uh,
same time, you need to uninstall
uh-huh.
and wipe that drive that our operating system's on. Disconnect from the internet
Right.
after you
Well,
do that. Install your original operating system offline. Once you come back online, or once you get your PC up and running and everything, shut it down, reconnect your other drive, whatever that you save stuff, whatever. Just don't even connect it. Connect. Then you go online, and then you go on and you actually go back in and actually go into your account. Use the Outlook account that you just set up. Don't use no live account. Don't use no live account. I found
mhm.
problems with live account over and over and over again. Use the Outlook account. It's an email. Okay, it's got its own little security thing. You'll
Yeah,
be
I've got
fine.
the key. Now I've got the envelope. I'm looking at the key.
Okay,
So,
when you go to reinstall that
mm,
OS,
mhm.
don't be online. You do
Yeah,
not
I
have to
think
be
we've already
online.
established that it shouldn't be
Yeah,
connected.
yeah,
So,
yeah. And just make sure it's up and running properly. Shut it down.
mhm.
Reconnect your other drive. But before you even reconnect your other drive, you ain't even got to shut it down. Go ahead while you got it up and everything's working right. Your PC's working correctly. Whatever. Um, Hook it up to the internet. Install all your drivers. Update your drivers to your pro, to the to your motherboard, your graphics card, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't install updates to your OS. Leave
Mhm.
that alone.
Mhm.
Ignore it completely. Ignore it. If it tries to force, it should not force it on you.
Okay.
Now they have changed that. I will say this: they have changed the forcible update. Now, used to be, but now it's an option.
Hmm.
You can just ignore it. It says you want to update. No, 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 no. And you keep that operating system. If you find that you got everything working correctly, say if it gives you an option, say it's a Windows 10 or a 10 Home, if it gives you an option to upgrade to Windows 10 Pro, I would take it. But if it gives you an option to update to a Creators Edition, avoid it.
Hmm. Well,
The
Pro,
Creators,
Pro, you have to pay for, so I don't think it's going to give you that option. It's not free.
well, it gave it to me and I got it.
It gave it to you for free?
Yeah,
That's interesting.
yep. I had 10 Home. I
You
had
had 10 home. That's what I have.
See,
I have 10
see,
home.
let me expose myself a little bit here. I'm on the Insider program in Windows.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and by having conversations with them to try to improve the BS bugs and
Mhm.
everything going on now, they sent me an update.
Now, that wouldn't have been in
from-
June of 2015 or close to, would it?
No, it's 2017 version.
Really? Okay, because according to this, is Windows Pro 10 free, but that upgrade is good only for 1 year as of that date. Once that first year is over, a copy of Windows 10 Home will run you 119, while Windows 10 Pro will cost 190.
I'm
This
in
is
the
old news.
Insider.
This is old news I'm looking at. How do I
Yeah,
get
yeah,
Windows 10?
I'm in the Insider program.
Okay.
I'm in their beta program, so to speak. I'm in their insider. I'm giving them information to. I'm telling them, look, this is bull. This ain't nothing. I've told them this.
Mhm.
The OS ain't nothing but a friggin' mobile application.
Right.
Nothing more.
Right, we've established that. So it says to upgrade from Windows 10 Home, if you have a Windows 10 product key, it gives you it shows you how you can upgrade to 10 Pro. Now this is all from people also ask on which
Yeah,
edition of
but
10 will you get for free. CNET,
yeah, but
I
yeah,
think it was
you're
CNET.
going through a forum. You're not getting the proper information.
I don't know. But okay, so
That's
here you go. Here you go. Okay, this is on support.microsoft.com.
yeah.
Okay. Before upgrading to Windows 10 Pro, make sure your device is up to date, blah, blah, blah. To upgrade from Windows 10 Home to Windows 10 Pro, you'll need a valid product key or a digital license for Windows 10 Pro. Yeah, and that's not free. Unless you get it bootlegged. Or you get it through Insider
No.
like you were talking about.
No, it's not bootleg.
Yeah. No, I'm saying it's
See,
not bootleg. So unless...
let me reiterate. I'm on
Okay,
the Insider program.
Yeah.
I'm in their beta program of Windows.
Now, how'd you get into that?
I've got an insider view of what's going on with Windows.
So can anyone join that, or is it exclusivity, or what?
No, you can actually opt into the Insider program.
How do you do
To
that?
get into the beta, you've actually got to be there for a while. You know what I'm saying?
Now, do I really want to expose myself to the headache of a beta? I'm not so sure I do.
Well, I mean, just getting in the Insider program is a headache. Trust me.
Well, it just sounds a little
That's
elite
not
to
like-
me. I don't know. I mean,
Well, see, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
See, to the mass of the public, it's a big friggin' problem.
Mhm.
A big friggin' problem.
I don't see what's the
Well,
point of having people beta testing if they're going to release it inferior as it is, anyways. I really don't.
Well, the thing of it is the beta. Like I told you, the beta
Mhm.
program that they've got running, 90. I'm gonna say 95, 97% of it is all inside
Hmm.
testing or offshore testing. Period.
Now, the people who are in the
That's
inside
the-
program, they're not being compensated, like yourself. You're not being compensated for this, right?
They gave me pro.
But I mean, you're not
So-
financially being compensated, right?
No.
Okay,
no.
so why would anybody who's not being financially compensated, I mean, yeah, okay, gamer, I understand gamers just do it because they're gamers and they do it for the community, right? So not necessarily compensation, but when it comes to someone who is testing an operating system, why should we expect them to take it through all the turns and bugs and glitches and such this and that, and report everything? And why should we expect that from overseas when they're outsourcing to them? Basically what we're talking about is an inferior beta program.
Yeah, well, it's not so much as the beta program as it is the whole mindset of how they're running their operation.
Well, inferior company. Why don't we just say it? Call them an inferior company to begin with, because they're turning out hardware that's inferior too.
Exactly. But see, that's what a big group of us are trying our best to change. Actually.
Well, I got to tell you, when you're talking about someone like Bill Gates, and
Gates is no longer part of it. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's you've got a different CEO, different bunch of people running.
Did he sell his interest in the company? I mean, what did he do?
Oh, he's still got plenty of stock. It's just he's no longer the operating engineer manager.
That's interesting. Well, I don't know. There's a joke, by the way. I don't know if you've heard this joke, but I'll share it with you. Gates.
Twinkie?
No, Gates dies and goes to the pearly gates. Comes up on Saint Andrew. What saint is it? I can't remember the patron saint of the pearly gates. Whichever saint it is, I can't remember. And he says, so where do you think you should go? You think you should go to heaven, or you think you should go to hell? And he says, well, I don't know. I just, where do you think I deserve to go? I said, okay, well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to show you both. So he shows them hell, and people are gnashing their teeth, and they're, in horrible pain, etc., this and that. And he shows them heaven, and heaven is something that I guess he never expected, etc., this and that. And I totally got this joke wrong. I can't even remember it. Shit. Let me see if I can find it. I can't remember it. Oh. I know the punchline is hilarious.
Well, I know Twinkie.
Okay, let me see.
His nickname is Twinkie.
Okay. Okay, it's called the inevitable Bill Gates joke. Here it is. Bill Gates in the afterlife. Okay, Bill Gates dies. He was sent to the afterlife waiting room. He was met by St. Peter, who asked him if he wanted to go to heaven or hell, and if he'd like to see them both. And if he'd like to see them before he decided, Bill said yes, and St. Peter snapped his fingers. They appeared on a sunny beach with people dancing, swimming, and playing volleyball. Just basically having a wonderful time. Good food, good music, good people. Bill turns to St. Peter and says, wow, heaven is great. St. Peter says, this isn't heaven, it's hell. Want to see heaven? Mr. Gates nods yes, and they appear in a shady park with a few old people sitting on benches feeding birds. A gentle breeze blows by, and all is quiet and serene. St. Peter asks Bill, well, which would you like? Bill thinks for a minute and says, well, if this is heaven, then I'll take hell. Instantly, he was plunged up to his neck in red-hot lava, the screams of other tortured souls filling his ears. He looks up and sees St. Peter in the waiting room. Bill calls out to him and said, hey, what's going on? Where's the beach, the bikini-clad women, the party? St. Peter turns from his Macintosh to face Bill and says, that was just the demo.
Yeah.
You gotta love that.
Yeah.
You gotta love that.
Yeah.
There's another one here. Bill Gates' house in heaven. An executive of a major company died and went to heaven. While hanging around waiting to be processed, he noticed a very large, ultra-modern house with initials BG and a Microsoft logo emblazoned on the front. He was quite surprised, not having heard that Gates was dead. He wasn't. This happened before the previous joke, and asked St. Peter, hey, is that Bill Gates' house? He's not dead. To which St. Peter replied, oh no, that's God's house, but sometimes he thinks he's Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Ha! Ha! I mean, look, when you got more money than God, supposedly that's know what I say. But anyways, look, the thing is this: the guy's having influence in it. There's still people who curse him regardless of whether he's still influencing the company or not. If he's not influencing the company, who is? That's the question.
Well, like we were speaking earlier,